NRL shockwave. Broncos phenom drops Kangaroos bombshell. Keep Walters or I walk. Latrell Mitchell's stunning comeback? In the thunder-soaked hush of a Suncorp Stadium dusk, where the maroon-painted sky melts into the ghosts of triumphs past, one rising superstar has quietly detonated a threat capable of reshaping Australia's game forever. Reece Walsh, Brisbane's electric fullback and the beating heart of their modern resurgence, has drawn a hard, luminous line. Kevin Walters must remain Kangaroos coach, or the young lightning bolt steps away. In Walsh's world, loyalty isn't stitched into the jersey, it's carved into the bond between a mentor, a protege, and the legacy they're fighting to defend. It all sparked within the dim corners of a post-season review, miles from bright lights, in a Brisbane hotel overlooking the slow curve of the river. November 2025, premiership confetti still fresh in memory, the Broncos newly crowned after almost 20 barren years under Michael Maguire's steady hand. But across the NRL, murmurs shifted uneasily. Kevin Walters, the Queensland icon who rebuilt the Maroons dynasty and steered the Kangaroos to Ashes glory, faced uncertainty. Fatigue whispered. Boardroom doubts grew louder. The brutal weight of two teams threatened to bend a legend. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. At only 23, Walsh had become the face of the new era. Clive Churchill medalist, Origin hero, and proud father to a daughter waving her tiny Broncos flags from the stands. His roots ran deeper than stardom. They intertwined with Walters, the coach who lured him home from his Warriors detour in 2022, the father figure who saw the Nirang boy on dusty fields and molded him into Maroon Thunder. In private, amid celebrations' afterglow, Walsh laid it bare over late-night coffees. Kev, if they won't back you for the World Cup prep, I'm out. No Kangaroos without you calling the plays. Silence filled the room, broken only by the river's distant hum. Walters, eyes weathered from decades on the sidelines, rested a hand on his protege's shoulder, the same hand that steadied him after his first grand final heartbreak. Mate, this game's bigger than one bloke, he murmured. But Walsh held firm. This wasn't rebellion, but conviction. The man who taught him to dance through chaos deserved the chance to lead him into the 2026 World Cup. If not, Walsh's international story would end on his own terms. The secret spread like rain leaking through an old clubhouse roof, first in private texts, then erupting into the rugby league ecosystem. In the locker rooms, teammates nodded. Kotoni Staggs, the center who had tortured England beside Walsh, posted cryptically, "Loyalties earned, not given." Even Michael Maguire pulled Walters aside. "These boys would run through walls for you. Don't let the suits forget it." The emotional wave peaked at a low-key Kangaroos camp on Sydney's outskirts. Under gum trees whispering old battle songs, Walsh addressed the squad, voice calm, eyes blazing. "Kev's the reason we're here. The bloke who believed when I was drifting. If he's not coaching us into the cup, count me gone. We rise together, or we don't rise at all." No applause followed, just clasped hands, determined eyes, unspoken brotherhood. By dawn, the ultimatum had jumped the Tasman, fueling debates in Auckland bars and Sydney newsrooms. Socials surged, Walsh for Walters roaring from the Gold Coast to Circular Quay. Fans posted montages of Walsh's Ashes heroics dissolving into Walters' Origin masterclasses. Pundits dissected the player power shift. Indigenous voices from Yarrabah framed it as cultural mentorship, an act of standing with elders who guide young Indigenous stars through the code's harsh spotlight. Then came the twist. Latrell Mitchell's shadow returned, the enigmatic South superstar. The Biripi force, whose 2022 World Cup brilliance lit up Brisbane, had missed the Ashes with a stubborn neck issue. Rehab meant weeks. Reality meant months. And now, as centers like Staggs hinted at walking if Walters fell, whispers swirled. Latrell was fit again, hungry again. A Rabbitohs insider leaked it. Trell's back, center ready. If the door cracks open, he's kicking straight through it. Boardrooms stirred. Media caravans circled. Triple M phone lines jammed with callers invoking the spirit of 1995. Indigenous communities saw deeper meaning. Mitchell's return symbolizing a cultural resurgence, a mirror to Walsh's stand for mentorship. This saga peeled back rugby league's glamorous facade and exposed its heartbeat. The unspoken vows between mentors and the mentored. Walters wasn't just a clipboard. He was Queensland grit incarnate. Walsh's ultimatum wasn't division, it was devotion. And the fans responded. Thousands gathered outside NRL HQ, maroon scarves flying like battle standards. A Brisbane petition surged past 50,000 signatures. They weren't fighting for Walters alone. They were fighting for the principle that the Kangaroos aren't a roster. They're a family forged in fire. Meanwhile, Latrell's comeback pulsed like a drumbeat. For many, it symbolized redemption. His arc from suspension shadows to center resurgence. His return could reshape the Kangaroos' spine. Weeks later, on a balcony overlooking the Brisbane River, Reece recorded a podcast with his daughter, laughing in the background. "Kev's more than a coach," he said. "This ultimatum isn't about quitting, it's about winning together. If he's not there calling the shapes, what's the point?" He paused. "And Trell, if he's fit, he'll own whatever spot opens, like he always does." Walters, speaking softly from a Gold Coast marae, reflected, "Reece's words hit like a late tackle, unexpected but earned. This boy's all heart. If it costs me the gig, so be it. But damn, it reminds you why you coach." He smiled. "And Latrell reaching out? That's the game's beauty. Bloke's been through hell and keeps swinging." Now, as the World Cup horizon glows like a try under lights, the NRL stands at a crossroads. Reece's ultimatum insists on values older than the game itself: trust, loyalty, legacy. Whether Walters stays or not, his place in maroon eternity is secured. Whether Latrell returns or not, his fire still shakes the code. And whether Walsh walks or stays, his stand has already carved itself into the sport's history. This isn't the end. It's the heartbeat demanding one more set, one more surge, one more chance to run as one. For Reece, for Kev, for Trell, for the game that taught its warriors to rise when the stadium falls silent. In that unbreakable circle, rugby league remembers its soul.